Now fellas, I'm going to talk about a certain online individual, which you might know under the name of Cyberflow. If this doesn't ring a bell, you're not really missing out. But if you want to learn cybersecurity, I discourage from this channel. Why and what the alternatives are, everything in this video. Before I go on my talk on why I discourage watching this guy in the first place, I have to tell you how I came up with this video. Before I started writing the script for the video, his video popped up on my For You page on YouTube. It was about creating your own VPN. The whole premise is truthy, but the execution is just awful. I agree that you shouldn't blatantly trust VPN companies like NordVPN or other, because in the end, they are yet another ISP looking at you and probably selling your data. So the idea of making your own VPN where you have control over it is a good idea, but the execution is just poor. What he basically did was just hosting the VPN on a DigitalOcean VPS. By the way, if you have no idea where the problem here is, DigitalOcean here, who is famous for complying court orders and giving customer data to the government. Also, the VPN here afterwards uses the same protocol as Molvat, which is WireGuard. So the whole point of the video is bogus. Just get yourself a Molvat subscription. Okay, I have to step in with an editor note because I forgot mentioning something. I rewatched a video of his and had a small discussion in the comment section with some folks. I have to admit, the whole video is only partially bogus. Or well, bogus is a bit exaggerated, because the whole premise is a bit overstated and exaggerated a bit, or maybe more overstated. Because the thing is, in the end, he showed that you can locally host, and the problem here is the alternative he provided. Because I called it bogus mainly because the alternative to the let's say NordVPN subscription is let's say a self-hosted VPN on DigitalOcean, I think it was. And that's where my mindset shifted towards. This shit is bogus, if you know what I mean. The thing is, in the end, like I mentioned a minute ago, self-hosted local VPN is a completely different use case than a commercialized VPN. A commercialized VPN is used to circumvent geolocated content, basically to piss off your local ISP, but you're not completely invisible. That's important nuance to this. And a VPN doesn't sell you invisibility. It does sell you privacy though. That's the whole thing of VPNs. And yeah, basically the whole thing of a VPN is that it's just a tunnel to the end, a secure encrypted end to the tunnel. And I get that people just want the encrypted part. And yet it's completely valid. I think this is something I have to raise attention to, because there is some truth to this video. Like, it's a bit overstated and the comparison is just wrong, because those two have completely different use cases, and me saying that it's bogus mainly because you're wasting money for something that might stab you in the back. That was my point. Yeah, let's continue. Another thing of his which is worth mentioning are his courses, which he loves to talk about in his videos. I don't even think about them, despite the generosity of the prices of the courses at his promo code. There are two websites. One is vibe-coded and the other is a GitHub repo, not even showing the curriculum. The vibe-coded slop can be found on his YouTube at the GitHub repo website by just googling his name. Looking for the curriculum of the vibe-coded website, you can clearly see and even check yourself the content of the curriculum is AI generated. Do not waste any money on AI generated courses. When it comes to alternatives, you have a ton of stuff online. When it comes to channels, I break it down for you real quick. When it comes to networking, I really recommend the older stuff from Network Check. The newer content is more AI related and not really worth the mention, but please do watch the older content. Capture the Flags or Exploits, I really encourage you watching Live Overflow. He has a ton of content you might want to watch. Vulnerability analysis, regarding that I recommend John Hammond and Low Level. Absolute gems of channels. There are probably more that are worth mentioning. If you know more that I have not mentioned, please do mention them in the comment section. Best alternatives to those courses are books. Of course, here again, there are a ton of books that some might recommend, but two I found recently are The Phoenix Project and The Unicorn Project. Books worth the read. Also, not really an alternative, but a challenge that I just wanted to recommend y'all. And it's generally a cool one, which is Kryn. Check him out, he makes absolute bangers. Okay, so that should be it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, hydrated and took care of yourself. This topic didn't really need a deep digging, since everything was just there. Certain people already pointed out in the comments what he's doing, and people on Reddit discouraged from such channels because all they really do is sell a course. That's it. And as you've seen, it's not worth the money and quite sloppily made, if that's even a word. Don't waste your money on slop courses and buy yourself a book. Have a good one, y'all. And bye.